how many celebrities went to Diddy's house thinking they was finna dance?
No.
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach.
To be gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms, and you around and look in the wrong room and nigga, come here. Is that two niggas kissing?
So Katt Williams just jumped in on Terrence Howard's recent statements against Diddy, and he's revealing the true reason why Terrence was purportedly hushed by Hollywood. Terrence recently dropped some huge tea on the PBD show, talking about how stars have to give up their man card to make it to the top. But years before Terrence chose to come up, Katt Williams was out here exposing this same dirty Hollywood agenda, and everyone was calling him insane. But now it appears like these two could partner up to release even more business secrets.
He comes out of sedation. I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Conclusions. But we're going to do this respectfully, otherwise we'll end in a duel. And I mean a duel, real life duel, where only one person walks away.
And speculations are floating around that there even might be a podcast in the works. So what exactly did Katt say about this entire incident with Terrence Howard and Diddy? And are Katt and Terrence really set to join forces to uncover much more about these stars who lost their man card at Diddy parties? Let's break this down.
How does that feel? You a grown-ass man. You gotta leave Diddy party like that. You can't even sit down in the car. You got to drive all the way home, standing up.
So I'm sure you've all heard by now that Terrence Howard just came by the PBD show and revealed some serious information about how many stars threw away their man card at those little parties just to reach it to the top.
You lose your man card. That's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because they get fluid, and next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
But it doesn't end there. Terrence went it a step further and stated this was precisely what occurred with those stars who've been spotted partying with Diddy throughout the years. Who was all the individuals who went to the Puffy
Did
parties.
you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication.
But Terrence also stated Diddy wasn't the only one making attempts on him. He stated he had similar run-ins with other producers who attempted to come at him with dodgy propositions. But Terrence wasn't having it and promptly shut that craziness down. But he admits that preserving that no-nonsense tone cost him some significant chances.
Number
in
of
the business.
producers coming to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room.
Now, as you can envision, social media went crazy when Terrence's interview blew up, partly because we haven't heard any other prominent Hollywood actor publicly state did he attempt to smash. But obviously, Terrence isn't the only prominent person speaking out on this. Years before others caught it, Katt Williams attempted to warn us about Diddy. But no one was listening. Katt even informed Fat Joe that Diddy once wanted to take him out to dinner, and Katt had to tell him no.
I owe you a dinner, man. I obviously can't afford to get
I'm
anything
gonna tell you
else.
like I told Puffy, I don't let men take me out, sir. I'm good. I'll do no dinner.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
So now that Terrence Howard has come up stating he had a similar situation with Diddy and had to say no, Katt is expressing big support for him. In fact, there were even speculations circulating around that Katt and Terrence could create a podcast where they will spill all the tea about their work experiences. Now, nothing's written in stone yet, but fans are already losing it because if these two step on the mic together, who knows what type of dirty business secrets they will spill. One fan on X remarked, well, someone, please put Terrence Howard and Katt Williams together in a room. If they could run a podcast together, it would immediately become the most entertaining and crazy media product ever produced. And another person added, must adore Terrence Howard and Katt Williams. Likewise, he's of the same mentality. This person's got a point because Katt and Terrence have been on the same page when it comes to the entertainment business, and the agenda they feel is targeted at emasculating black guys. By now, you've definitely heard Katt revive the topic about the claimed agenda in Hollywood, where black male actors are reportedly forced into wearing gowns before they make it to A-list level. And now, sources are stating Terrence Howard is one of the numerous actors who've been banned for refusing to wear the attire. Now, this entire concept of Hollywood putting a more feminine image upon black males isn't new, and a number of black comedians and performers have spoken out against it. Take Eddie Griffin, for instance. He was one of the first to cast shade at Hollywood for forcing black performers and comedians wear gowns on film. Eddie spilled the beans on Hollywood's suspected dress-warming agenda back in 1999 during his comedy Foolish, where he not only appeared but also penned the screenplay. In Foolish, Eddie portrays Miles Foolish Ways, an up-and-coming comedian attempting to make it in Hollywood. Now here's the crazy bit. There's one iconic moment when the studio officials are really trying to push Foolish to wear a frock for a part, stating all the A-listers have done it.
So what do you think? It's never been done before. 3 lovable drag queens driving cross-country, helping middle America solve its problems.
Y'all want me to wear a dress?
Foolish, this isn't a throwaway role. You'll be carrying the emotional energy of the movie.
Man, it's not that I don't appreciate the offer, because I do, but
There's a lot of money involved.
We're talking a major motion picture here, Foolish.
I don't know, man.
Harrison.
That's Harrison. So I guess that's me.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. Love it, Foolish.
I ain't feeling that, man. Can I just say something that every actor probably want to say to a couple of gentlemen like yourselves?
Sure, sis. Anything you want to say?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Kiss my black.
Now fast forward to 2006, when Dave Chappelle spills the tea on Oprah's program, detailing a bizarre incident where he was supposedly persuaded to wear a frock for a movie part alongside Martin Lawrence. And the way he portrayed it was right out of Foolish.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it.
Now, when Kevin Hart was subsequently questioned about Dave's experience, he merely brushed it off, stating such type of thing never happened to him.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
But only a few years later, Kevin found himself in an SNL comedy wearing a dress, and that moment proved to be a game changer for his career. Suddenly, his fame and career surged, and some think it's all because to that dress moment on SNL. But the clothing drama doesn't stop there. Katt Williams joined in, suggesting the entire clothing issue is related to whether you elect to dance with the Illuminati or not.
So, you know, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. I've never seen Madea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next. Okay. Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
Now, back then, most people dismissed off Katt's accusations as merely some insane conspiracy. But fast forward to today, and some are beginning to reassess his statements, believing there could be some truth to what he was claiming. Particularly when Katt doubled down on the charges last year during his Club Shay Shay interview. He further said that Martin Lawrence attempted to get him into his first dress for Big Mama's house. But when Katt turned that down, Brandon T. Jackson came in and seized the job.
He tell me, Katt, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner, you my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We gonna do it together. We gonna do some buddy cop. I said, Martin, you got my mother word. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's house too. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people. Where this want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again? You already played the old lady as an FBI agent. We can play anything now. We can be playing a dog catcher this time. Why do we need to be in a dress? And I get so mad, I say, you don't want me. You want Brandon T. Jackson. And that's who they went and got. Twice I said it, they went and got him. Just like I'm telling you, I had that other dude's work. I had all of it. All I did was say, I want to punch it up so it's not offensive.
Now, looping back to Terrence Howard, some fresh claims have arisen, stating that the entire clothing scenario was one of the key reasons he was banned in Hollywood. When questioned about the reports that he was removed off Iron Guy 2 for anger problems and not being pleasant to work with, Terrence promptly knocked it down and made it plain that he wasn't ready to allow Hollywood executives define what a black guy should look like on television. According to Terrence, black performers are being pressured to adopt a more effeminate attitude if they want to make it to the top. He answered, "My papa told me, never remove the vertebrae out of your back or the base out of your neck. I ain't raising sheep, I raise guys. Stay a guy. Everything is androgynous, you know. The more successful guys today are the effeminate." And then in another recent interview, Terrence went even harder, pushing down on his notion that Hollywood has a problem with powerful black males. And he also pointed out that only white males are permitted to be both strong and non-threatening at the same time. The guy has been dehumanized, Terrence stated. With the new recipe, most males are created to be effeminate and not have their power or feeling of strength. White males to be able to be powerful, but when it's black men, it's perceived as a danger. He further remarked, I don't want to eliminate a few chromosomes to fit in someone's tail. So I believe they need to widen their storylines to enable males to be men and concurrently enjoy a woman's attractiveness. Now, as you might guess, the internet is going crazy over this entire affair. Some people are labeling Terrence and Katt conspiracy theorists, suggesting that these two need to change their topic since we've got larger challenges than actors wearing gowns. But on the other side, there's a huge community of admirers who are giving them enormous accolades for drawing back the curtain on Hollywood's shady side, and are even hoping these two work together to spill even more behind-the-scenes information about the business. Now, what's your perspective on all this? Are you among the ones who believe Katt and Terrence are simply pursuing clout and promoting conspiracies? Or do you believe they're genuinely disclosing facts that other stars are too terrified to speak about? Drop your opinions below and don't miss out on this upcoming video.